solve this problem, we have to keep track of the obstacles that we interacted with, in the time between when we return to the sun. So very quickly, I'm going to give you an idea of what the algorithm might look like. You can think of it as we're actually just going to do a modified Dijkstra's where we kind of have an expanded graph. So in this case, we're going to go from obstacle 1 to obstacle 4, and we kind of divide it up into low risk regions or shadows, if you're a little bit more familiar with that, where if you kind of enter the dark blue region, you're going to incur a 0.05 probability risk, and if you enter the lighter blue region, you're going to encounter 0.01. But kind of once you enter that region, you don't really pay any additional risk. You kind of pay once for entering that region. Right, this is one way of capturing the correlation of probabilities that we have. For details of that, you should look at other works. But to give you a brief sense of what this algorithm might look like, is we can expand, okay, we can get from V1 to V2, we can enter the 0.05 collision probability risk region, we keep track of which region we enter. We can do the same thing for getting to V3, that's only 0.01. And we can see we can get to V3 going through V2, again 0.05, and then go make that step to V4. And now again, we don't pay for entering the 0.05 region again because we've kept track of it and we had already entered it that way. So basically keeping track of this memory allows you to not pay these costs multiple times. And for these simpler instances where the collision horizon is small, you can actually show that you come up with the optimal solution without having to keep a large memory. So a little bit of dirty laundry, right? I think this is, just the start of being able to come up with algorithms like this. In particular, our runtime is exponential of the collision horizon, right? So it works well when the collision horizon is small. It degrades, it becomes computationally quite bad very quickly as the collision horizon grows. Part of that is necessary. And then there's a related question of we have some experiments, but that's not a complete answer of what are all the domains where the collision horizon is small, and are there really different settings where collision horizon isn't the right way of measuring the complexity, and we need a different family of algorithms that's better suited for those settings. So we'd love to have a better understanding of that as well. And we also want to give a little thank you for Leslie and Tomas for kind of mentoring me and Luke throughout all these years. I actually did my PhD at a different university, and they were still supportive throughout that time and great collaborators as well. And just to finish things off, really I want to say that hardness is not a death sentence, but it does mean that we have to look at the problem a little bit more closely and understand what exactly makes it hard. Because if we understand what exactly makes it hard, we can find a way to work around it. And in particular, you can do this for motion planning with obstacle uncertainty, at least when the collision horizon is small. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Our speaker will be coming to us by video, and our next speaker is Michael Farber. He's a professor at the School of Mathematics, Queen Mary, University of London. His research interests are in applied and computational topology, topological robotics, and applications of topology to statistics and computer science.
And they can't shut him off.